We got Ashley, Mika, and Becky. Three classy women, but they mouth so reckless, mouth so reckless, mouth so reckless, but they mouth so reckless, mouth so reckless, mouth so reckless.
Doesn't out, Pluto.
Alrighty, we up in this thing, y'all. Okay, let's get it going. I don't want to bump the table. Y'all know I didn't want to knock down that wine.
Please don't.
Okay, y'all, welcome to our third episode of Mouth So Reckless, Mouth So Reckless, Mouth So Reckless. We heard you guys. We heard you guys speak. We appreciate all the comments and the feedback that we're getting, especially about talking over each other. So we added this little butterfly rendition to bring us peace and tranquility and to help us stay strong and remind us that we all have our moments to speak. And on that note, let's get started. Today's topic is going to be about, well, it's basically titled Women Can't Wear Pants. And in case you thought I said can, I said can, as in cannot. Women cannot wear pants. And what I mean by that is, like, a perfect example is one of my pet peeves, and I'm going to start with my pet peeve because I can't stand this in people. Hold on, we don't want to run over, so I'm just setting my little timer so we don't go over time. But one thing I cannot stand is the greatest example I could give of this, which is one of many, is the Happy Father's Day to mothers. It burns my whole spirit. I don't like hearing it. I don't like nobody saying it to me or anything like that. If you're a woman and you're a single mother and you're handling business, know that you're enough handling your business as a single woman. You don't have to be looked at like a man in order to be an exquisite mom, an exceptional mom, and do what you have to do for your children. So stop thinking you can replace a man and just be happy being the great mom that you are. What y'all think?
I totally agree with that. I also feel like the girls that say suck my, that really bothers me a lot too. Like, girl, you do not have one.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, be a mom, be the great mom that you are. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day in May.
And that's it.
In May.
What about you?
Right. But I feel like I'm a good mom. I'm Happy Mother's Day, all year long. But I mean, same thing to that. I got a good baby daddy still, so.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah, a woman can never take a man's place. So
but what about you in your position? Because you might have a different perspective. Just give us some examples because you raised your boys by yourself for the most part.
But still, I'm not a man, so that's a completely different. I can't even, begin to do that. I understand what that's really about because I'm a female. So.
Have you ever been told that? Because I've been told that a couple of times.
Happy Father's Day, huh? I hate that.
I mean, yeah, I have, but it's just like, okay, I mean, don't really, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't, bother me or anything.
I don't know. I reject the Happy Father's Day comments. I
feel
like
like
them.
How do you respond to people when they say that? Do you say something back to them? Do you say thank you or do you?
Me?
Yeah, I'm asking.
Oh, hell no.
Because you say you reject.
When people say
what do you
that,
actually
I say, don't, I'm not a father. And that's my response. I'm not a father. And what people don't understand is, to me, you're disrespecting me, in my opinion, because these are all our own individual opinions. You're disrespecting me as a mother, implying that I would need to behave like a man in order to do everything I have to do for my children. But by me not having a father, well, once my husband died in 2010, I became a single mother. My oldest son's dad is still in his life, but even if he wasn't, that still erased the male dynamic that was in my household. Mm-hmm. So for me, I stepped up as a mother. I didn't have to become a man or become a father or anything else. And let's be real, there's things that I don't care how great of a single mom you are, you're not able to teach that to a young man. You can't do that. So don't try to identify it, or don't try to identify yourself as a man, period. And all that demeaning, like, to get back what she said about the, you can suck my dick and whoop whoop. Like, what are you even talking about?
Yeah, I hate that comment.
Like, what are you talking about?
I really hate that comment.
It ain't nothing in between your legs, hanging low with two balls and seeming to produce a child for you to be saying suck my dick, period. I don't like that. And let's even take it a step further, because this goes into, I'm really big on not demeaning our men and emasculating our men. So I really hate when a woman picks at a man, picks at him, pushes him, shoves him, pokes him in his head, does all of those things puts herself all the way in a man's position like she can handle it, and then goes cry wolf, calling the police, giving our men records and everything else when she gets hit back. Now, let me be clear. I'm not condoning men hitting women at all whatsoever. That's not what I'm saying. However, I am saying everything that you do has a reaction. Every action has a reaction. So if you're socking on your man, slapping him in his face, spitting on him and doing all that, and he loses control in that moment and hits you back, you have to be accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable and be responsible for that behavior because you triggered it.
Right.
Leave
It's a
these men
reaction.
alone.
It's
Right.
a reaction. Yeah, and it's like I don't condone women abusing men. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So
it is. I was gonna
it's
say
not
that.
right for a woman to put their hands on a man
either.
either because
Cannot.
it's the same damn thing. It's still abuse.
Mm-hmm.
And when they slap the hell out of you back, then what?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you walking around with a busted lip. Now everybody looking at him like he's the woman beater.
Yeah, but you been antagonizing him and messing with him all day long. Yeah, that's
Right.
That's not
Man,
right either.
that's horrible.
I was just gonna say that, like, you know, reverse or female on male domestic violence. People don't think about that, but you know, I feel like that probably happens a lot, and that's not cool either.
Yeah, because
He's
sometimes
definitely
he don't wanna hurt her. You know what I mean? So he still taking them licks. And I mean, you know, some women hit hard too.
Yeah,
You
and
know what I
everybody
mean?
has a breaking point.
So, but how do you guys feel about women working like in the men field, like in doing construction work and stuff like
like firefighting and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Y'all gonna get mad at me for this. To each its own. Remember, this is only my opinion. It does not carry no weight in any industry. However, I do believe that all jobs that require you to have to be physically strong need to be held by men because they're designed to hold them. I'm not calling you weak. I'm not saying you're not strong. I'm not saying anything like that. But naturally, if a woman is built to be able to carry a certain amount of weight, and it's a firefighter situation, and that man is real big in that window, it's gonna have to be a man that goes up there. So you can hold a position, EMTs, I don't mind paramedics, I don't mind none of that. But I do feel like certain positions, I feel like you're putting other people at risk trying to prove that you can do the job too. When strength-wise, you might be just as knowledgeable, just as smart, just as intelligent, just as skilled. You may even be faster because we out here being fast. But when it comes to that weight and lifting and stuff like that, our bodies are not really designed to do that. So I don't mind it, but I do feel like if there's a man and a woman coming to save me, I want them both to save me. But I feel like in my fluffier weight, a man is gonna be able to move me a little faster and accommodate me much quicker than a woman. So that's where I'm at with it. What y'all think?
I feel like if a woman got that position, that means that they pass all the requirements to get the position.
But you do know those requirements.
So-
Well, I don't believe those requirements are equal. The stress tests are equal for men and women as far as the weight goes.
I'm not sure how the test goes, but I know that it could be a bigger man than the firefighter man too. I mean, it could be a big man up in the window and he's only 150 pounds as a firefighter.
That's true.
So I feel like if they got the job, that means they fit the requirements. I feel like they could do the job.
What about you?
I mean,
that's true. I mean, if they fit the job, if they got the job, then obviously they fit the requirements. But I mean, I don't know. I just maybe feel like strength-wise, maybe there are some jobs, and I was trying to think of some. But I'm like, wait, only thing I could really think about just was thinking about military stuff. I was like, well, like Navy SEALs, like stuff like that. I would much rather want a man. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I just feel like, they're stronger.
You feel more secure.
Yeah, you feel more secure. You feel safer. They're bigger than you. They're stronger. So, they can handle a lot more than a female, in my opinion. Because females aren't usually, like, big
and
like
not just for the men though, also for the women. Like, you guys don't understand, we're built different. So the dynamics and the wear and tear on the stresses on our physical bodies is a lot worse than that wear and tear and stresses on a man's physical bodies because we're not designed to do those. So it's not just like I'm attacking the women or feeling that type. You can be whatever you want to be. God forbid, like if I'm dying, like I said, if it's a man and a woman, I might be like, sir, come get me. But at the end of the day, I just want to be saved. Right. And I know that you guys are more than capable. However, if I'm at my heaviest, it might be a little struggle as we're going to be helping each other get down. So I just feel like it's okay for you to do, but I do feel like you guys need to be mindful of that, especially because of the way that we're made. Our bodies are not made to handle that type of physical labor and dynamics, even with warehouses. You know what I'm saying? Right.
You know, because
Yeah,
women,
that's a
they
good
do,
one
they
too.
feel the
Yeah.
effect more just from lifting boxes, because we bear children. Our body has been through a lot more than what a man's body has been through. So when you are lifting boxes, it is going, or anything, it's gonna be more strenuous on a woman, I think, than it will be on a man.
Mhm. What do you guys feel about in the corrections field? Do you think women should be correctional officers
I do.
in
but
men
it's-
prisons?
that one's kind of iffy because you could really get hurt.
So
You can get hurt as a man though in there too, so that's what I mean. It's really iffy, you know. And then they try to touch on you. They do all kind. They mess with you more. They try you more as a woman being in that type of field.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even for myself. I mean, when I was younger, I worked in a group home, and I worked in a group home with all boys, and they would try me more so than they would try the men that worked there. Just because I'm smaller, I'm a woman, and I'm like, you know, at the time probably 115 pounds. So,
Right.
you know, they would try
Little
me a lot
bitty
more.
anything.
So. That one's kind of iffy because that could be really dangerous.
It could. I was gonna say that because, you know, just physically wise, they can overpower you. You get what I'm saying? So just based on that alone, like, unless you got great security, you know what I'm saying? I
But
know there's
even
backup,
still.
but yeah, and I was just gonna say, but even still, then there's situations like maybe you gotta help them to their room or whatever the case may be, and you're alone, they could overpower you, and then, yeah, you know.
And I'm going to another scenario.
That is
Oh, I'm
definitely
sorry.
dangerous.
I know when my daughter's doing it.
Yeah, me either.
At all. I'm gonna go into another scenario, and y'all know I'm rough. Like I play football.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to be
Okay,
a correctional
yeah,
officer.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah,
You play
so let's be
football.
real. Like I play tackle football. You know, I wanted to be a corrections officer for a long time, and so I'm gonna shift gears. But before I do, please let me be clear on this though. I do believe equal opportunity provides equal pay though. So don't think because I see these differences in physical dynamics and things like that I feel like you shouldn't be paid the same. That's a big thing in the industry too. And I definitely believe that if you do choose to go into firefighting or policing or being a correctional officer, anything like that, you still deserve equal pay. So
For
let's not
sure.
get it twisted on that.
For sure.
Um,
But sometimes they
Put
can
that
do
out
it
there.
better too, you know?
Mhm.
Some women
I
can
mean,
do
some
some things better,
aspects of
not
it,
saying.
not the physical part, but yeah.
But
there's
like for
other
like maybe
things.
like construction
No,
work, you
no,
know what
that's
I mean?
what I'm saying,
A
there's
woman
other
might be
things.
able to smooth that concrete
A
out
lot
better than
better,
that
yeah.
man can. You know what I mean?
Right,
It's
okay.
certain things you don't know.
You're right.
So.
No, I'm not against it.
When
I'm
it comes
not-
to construction, I'm kind of
I
open
feel
with
like
that because in
that's
construction you
different,
have
yeah.
support. So
That's
some,
different,
you know,
yeah.
you're
And
not
plus
all
you're
being
building
sent to
stuff, so
different
that's-
emergency
You know, a
assignments.
female could definitely do that. That's, you know, building. So that's
But you
pretty
know,
dope. You know,
they say that's a
engineers
man
and all.
industry too, though. You know.
Yeah, a lot.
They do say that, and it is a physically demanding industry. However, I feel like it's not an emergency demanding industry. So I feel like in construction, there's usually somebody helping you with the lifting and the things like that. I don't know how men feel about it, feeling like they got to pick up a little more weight and stuff like that. But I feel like it's not an emergency situation where this firefighter is not just enough
Oh,
people.
so we're just talking about
This
emergencies.
firefighter got to go this way, this firefighter got to go that way, and everybody all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So with that, in emergency fields, for me,
Oh,
I
I
don't
didn't
want
know
them
it
in
was just
emergency
emergency
fields.
fields.
No,
Okay.
it was all fields.
Oh, okay.
I just feel different about emergency fields versus regular fields.
Okay, got you. That's for your point of view.
And to go back, another thing I hate though, I'm gonna shift gears a little bit because I am still talking about men cannot wear pants, and I mean that wholeheartedly. I don't care how your man treated you in your relationship. I don't care how much bitterness and anger you have because of what he put you through. Please understand that being a husband, being a boyfriend, and being a father are three extremely different roles. Don't roll them all into each other. So don't
Ooh,
deny
that's a
that
good
man
point.
to see his father and say you don't need no man and you doing everything by yourself, because you're not. You cannot wear the pants. If the father is available and willing to be in their child's life, let him be in his child's life. Stop bringing your bitter, angry, mad feelings herself into the situation, because it's not right and nobody's losing but your children. It's gonna be things, whether you have a daughter or a son, that need to come from a man, and they need to have that example, especially little girls seeing how their dad treats women outside of you, because let's be real, you may have been the problem. I'm not saying you are, but men and women act different when they're dealing with different people. Period, point blank. And also your man needs to,
Kids
your
are
son,
different too, from dealing from the mama and the daddy.
right, and so your son is also gonna need that male example of how to respond and how to act, and as he's becoming and developing into a man, there's gonna be things that he wants his dad for. Like, am I right? Like, am I tripping on this?
No, you're absolutely right.
I agree. You definitely need the father figure, especially if he's willing and able and, you know, doing everything that he's supposed to do. Like, for a female to just take that away from, you know, their kids is wrong. Like, it's, you know, why would you do that? That's just, you don't get to make that choice. And if you felt like that, you should have never had kids. So now, you know.
You're just as responsible for picking your baby daddy and all that. I didn't know what he was going to be like after and all this and all that. He didn't know what you was going to be like either. So at the end of the day, we take a chance.
You
And that's what we was talking about on the live.
Especially if he's a good, you know, especially if he's a good father and a good person. You don't get to take that. That's not fair. That's not right.
And women, if you're so good at being a man and trying to play all these roles, why do y'all always try to hit them so hard in their pockets? Now, I'm not talking about the deadbeats that just ain't doing nothing, ain't trying to be there, ain't trying to support their kids, ain't trying to, you know, help you with activities and things like that. I'm talking about the men that really are trying. You're still giving them a hard time to see their kids, but you be at that DA's office faithfully at the child support court, faithfully trying to dip in his pockets. You can know this man is struggling. You trying to take 60% of his income, leave him with 40% to put him in a position where he can't even provide a space to bring your children to.
Just to be spiteful.
Right. Then you get mad when he find a woman that's gonna let him live there because now your kids is around another woman. So get that together.
But you do need to take care of your kids. I mean, if some of them need to be on child support.
Yeah.
Some of them do.
Definitely.
I mean, for real. Let's be real. You know, some of them do.
Definitely. Some of them are not taken, and I'm not in those scenarios. That's why I'm saying some. You know, we always say some because it doesn't apply to all. But there are a lot of men that I even know personally that do what they can to try to see their kids, do whatever they can for their kids, have receipts, dropping kids off. I got a man right now that can't see his kids at all. So on birthdays and holidays, he literally is dropping gifts and stuff off and random days on the doorstep because the baby mama won't even open the door because she got that I can do everything by myself. I don't need no man. I wear the pants and this. And stop wearing the pants in your relationship, please.
Let the man be the man. Let the man be the man. Sure.
Please. Please stop doing that. I don't know if you guys know people like this, but I know a few people like that love saying that that love saying that whole thing about I wear the pants in the relationship because they may make a little more
The breadwinner.
right or something like that, and I just feel like that's
or they have more control, or they control the finances,
right,
or right.
At the end of the day, he's still the man of the relationship.
Yeah, and that's what I feel like. Yeah, and I'm like, why would
there
you
is
even want, like, what type of
places that you're supposed to be
role
in
reversal
your relationship?
switch are we playing here? Like, that's not, I don't know. That's just not, that's too much. That's a whole other set of issues that person got going on.
It's just like, it's almost like, to me, only an insecure woman would say that she wears the pants in the relationship or that she doesn't need a man and her kids don't need a man in their life. That's a problem for me.
The kids
But in
definitely
essence,
need a man. Period.
in essence,
they do.
Some men say it. Oh, she wears pants in a relationship.
But that, I
You
know.
know,
But
so
why
that's
do they
something
say it
people-
though?
Because
Because
we
she look like fine.
that's
yeah,
weak.
she's
They're
probably
weak.
running
If
it,
they're even saying that
she
and
probably-
allowing
she-
to even say that or even allowing her to think that, then they're weak.
Sometimes they're broken though. Sometimes their woman has said that type of shit so many times to them. They wear the pants. Just, I know a lot of men that deal with their baby mamas just because they know that the power, not just that the woman has put on them, but the power of society, of the court system and everything else, that if they don't finally break and go with the flow, they may not never see their kids again.
Right.
And that starts with the black woman. That starts with us. We do that. We're putting them in a position where they feel like they have to deal with some crap that they should never even have to be exposed to. Because why? They go to court and all of a sudden, automatically, boom, full custody to the mother. And you got to give her 60% of your check. And you can't see your kids but when I tell you to.
Right. And I agree with that because I know plenty of people that are in that situation.
Right.
And it has to be supervised. It's not even like you can get.
Yeah, she getting them on a holiday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She
You
got to
might
get
get the
all her
child.
way. So
Right.
I do know people that are in that situation.
Yeah,
so
and that's messed up. And they'll get the child every other weekend. You know what I'm saying? They get everything else. And
Still-
you paying all this child support. You don't see it. The money being spent on the child. You don't see any improvements. It's just.
No, her hair is fly. Her nails is
well,
done.
no, I'm not saying with all of them. I was just saying some. Sometimes you don't see the progress that.
No, I'm saying.
No, I feel what she's saying. The baby mama be well taken care of, and the
Oh
kids
yeah,
be looking
that's
like.
right,
You know what I'm
exactly
saying?
right. I thought you, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly that part. Yeah,
And the
and
shoes
you like,
is too
what's
tight
going on
for
with the kids?
the
Yeah,
shoes is too tight for Junior.
yeah,
You know.
right.
So I do
Exactly.
know that there is a lot of situations like that. That's not cool.
Not cool at all. And don't think
That
that.
needs to stop. Seriously.
Like right now,
Seriously.
like today, like walk into the next room with your dude or your baby mama and apologize, because all this independent and society breaking up our families and everything else really has these women thinking that they can step in a man's place and do everything that they can do without a man. And to be honest, I blame it on the system too. I'm not knocking nobody that gets child support or knocking nobody that gets welfare or anything like that. But you guys got to understand that when welfare and stuff like that was established to break up families. What happened? Our black men were coming home from war thinking they're going to go back to the home and be with their families and everything else. And they were told by the government that if you want this help, if you want this assistance, well, we refuse to give your husband and your men's jobs, and they cannot live in the house. Right. And they were physically going to the houses, checking and everything else. Mm-hmm. So we have all these women feel like, oh, I could be the man. I just want the money. That's where it started at. I just need the money. So now what? Now you got the county and everything checking up on your house, and you done basically told your man he ain't a man, he ain't shit. I'm the man now. I got government assistance. I don't need you again. So stop trying to put yourself in positions like you could be a man and run it, because most of y'all ended up homeless, not having enough to pay bills and everything else. Let's be real.
Right. No. Honestly, for real.
Yeah.
That was a good point, Samika. Very good point.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I tried.
That was a good
I am the
point.
smart
That
one.
was the
I am
truth.
the smart one.
Okay. I don't.
You
let's
gonna
not
say
go too
don't
far.
take it too far. Don't take it too
Just
far.
take baby steps, okay?
Don't take it
Baby
too far.
steps.
And we definitely need you guys' opinions and stuff on this, because I'm just sick of it. But what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna receive the what about this, because we were very specific in this in saying some.
Because some people do need welfare. Some people do need child support.
Yeah, and some people do use it for good reasons.
Right.
And they use it as a tools to progress and to get to where they want to be. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it definitely is a good thing. But on the other hand, it's a whole other side to that where people just abuse the system, abuse the power of it. And that's not right.
But what about, how do y'all feel about the men being at home, being like, they call them house moms? Do y'all feel some type of way? Because I personally don't. If it works for y'all household, I feel like it worked for your household. Do y'all feel like it's a problem for a man to be at home cooking dinner, doing the laundry, and the woman go out to work?
Hell no. And let me tell you why. And I really don't like you calling them housemen. Because women are such hypocrites. I swear to God. Like, I ain't anti-woman. I'm a female all the way, but we hypocrites. It's some hypocrites out here. Let's be real. Y'all always say to man when he's working and being the breadwinner and everything, like, he couldn't do your job. He couldn't be at home. He couldn't be cleaning. He couldn't handle the kids. He couldn't do none of that. But as soon as the roles reverse and you out at work and he's sitting at home, all of a sudden he lazy. He don't do shit all day. He can't get a job. He can't do this. He can't do that. So at one point, it's like the men can't really win. Like, they probably got PSD from us. Like, we be driving their ass out. Like, they PTSD. They cannot get it right. Like, am I wrong? Like, how you feel about it? They cannot win.
It was funny the way you just said it. So, yeah, like, that definitely is like a mind blank. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it definitely would give somebody PTSD, especially and like if somebody's nagging and repeatedly over and over again, like constantly just badgering a person with that. No.
They be like, hey baby, it's cool. Oh, and for my men that were tricked with the system and took a bad deal and got a record, God forbid y'all say y'all can't get a job. Right. The system done raped y'all so much, but y'all can't even find employment.
Have so much power in calling the police. Let's talk about that part because they will definitely play that card.
Yes.
I'm gonna call your probation. I'm gonna call the police, and like, why would you even play like that? That's not.
Oh my God.
That's how people get hurt and things happen that shouldn't even happen, and situations get blown way out of proportion.
Yes, and let's be real. All of the examples that we gave about what some women do are examples of things that y'all shouldn't be doing if y'all really claim y'all men and strong enough to be a man and strong enough to take the man's place. Because what you're doing is vindictive, evil, and conniving. And what you're doing is you're acting like the white man at the end of the day. You're doing what you got to do. You lying, you tricking them, you putting them into the system and putting them in a situation where they can't be independent and provide them for themselves. So I'm not calling you a white man because you're still black, but some of your behavior is mocking that. And why would you let your man or encourage your man and help put him in a system that oppresses us as black women as well? What are we doing? We have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of our men. We got to build them up as men. I mean, am I talking crazy?
No, you're talking right, but the black man has to build us up as well. You know what I mean? I feel like they have to build us up. It's a two-way street.
But
So
what
I
we talking
feel
about
like-
right now, though?
But listen, but I feel like if the man is at home, the man can't find a job, and he needs to step up and do the roles that he's supposed to do, help the kids when they come home from school. If the lady's going out to work and she's bringing home, you know, it's not okay for you to sit at home and play the PlayStation and smoke weed and chill all day. Like, you need to be doing the laundry. You need to be helping the kids with their school. If you could cook, you know what I mean, do the role. If we gonna switch these roles, I mean, not even necessarily switch the roles, but step it up on your
because
right.
if I'm out working,
Right.
then you have to. There's a whole other part to that, and that is obviously being in the house with the kids. So if I'm gonna do my part, do your part.
Right.
Whatever that consists of, we gotta meet in the middle. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
I-
That's how people get burnt out.
I understand what y'all saying, but I feel like that's part of the problem too. Because right now we're literally only talking about what some women, not all black women, but some black women's part in playing the role and ostracizing our men and acting like they can be a man and things like that. And the men that I'm talking about are doing all those things, right? The examples I'm setting are for the men that are doing everything that they're supposed to do, and they're still being ostracized by these women. And there are a lot of black women who have been hurt and scorned and had men that didn't do what they're supposed to do. So that's what happens when you bring up a woman who is doing things that she's not supposed to do to emasculate her man and things like that. She's so quick to say, well, what about what he's supposed to be doing? Well, let's be real. Have you ever even given him opportunity to see what he's going to do in that position? Or did you already go into it like, yeah, right, I already know how this going to be. That's so many black women's favorite thing. I already know how this going to be. Watch. I'm going to go to work. This nigga ain't going to be doing shit. Woo, woo, woo. Then you walk in the house and your whole shit is, you walk in, but that's from the past. You already got that mindset. You ain't let go of that past. So you walk in the kitchen and your house spotless and your food is cooked. And you know what you say? Well, that's instead of saying thank you, you still hit him to emasculate him some more, take his manhood. Well, that's the least you can do. I mean, I've been at work all day. What are we doing?
Yeah, that's not cool.
What are we doing? So I understand what y'all are saying for some women who go and some men that are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, but I'm talking about men that do what they're supposed to be doing and they still emasculated.
And they don't get the support right when they are doing right. It doesn't get acknowledged. That's not cool either, but I think it goes back to what you were saying, how women want to wear the pants, you know what I'm saying? And that's not, I mean, you can't just have that role reversal. It's unnatural. It doesn't fit. It's just, there's just so many things that aren't appropriate about it from start to finish, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you can't teach a boy how to be a man. You don't know so many things about,
You don't have those same
that virginity
experiences.
talk, I'm just saying, different things like major milestones like weddings or, proposal situation, because that's a boy, you know what I'm saying? You're the mom, so I'm just saying it's just so many, but.
And even for the girls too.
Yeah.
They need a daddy for the girls too. Just
Yeah,
because of the fact that
exactly.
they need to tell them how
Obviously,
look out for
yeah,
the men.
exactly. From a man, exactly. It goes both. I didn't even get into. I mean, that's why I said it's so much. You know what I'm saying? You could. That's a whole conversation.
It's loaded.
itself.
And don't think that when you saying, and don't think that if you do happen to have a man that maybe didn't do you right, don't think that emasculating him to your children is gonna help your son grow up to be a man. Because all you're doing is perpetuating that toxic behavior, and now you got a young man that you're raising that's gonna grow up and be just like all of the negative things about his dad, because you didn't take the time to talk about the positive ones. Because let's be real, he did something right. You was chilling with him, you was with him.
Anyway, I hate to hear for a parent to bash
Another
parent.
especially
You know what
to
I
the
mean?
child
Yeah,
too.
because as you can
Especially
see
to
as
the
a child, you don't even have to explain it, because as they get older, they're going to be able to see it for themselves. When they get older, they can reflect back and look and know what type of parent that parent was. So you don't even have to. You don't even have to say nothing.
And to take it a step further, don't let these men in your new relationship and your new man talk about your baby daddy either.
No,
Oh, yeah,
hell no.
that's-
If I'm
yeah.
not gonna talk about him, you
Female
damn
just
sure
say,
not
yeah,
gonna talk
like-
about him.
What
Right.
type of female? No, that's not.
But people
cool.
do it. The
I know
women
they
do it
do.
all the time.
And that's not right, but that's messy. That's keeping BS going. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know, or either the female still got feelings for the dude, because why would you still be? You know,
Absolutely.
and I feel like that probably plays a big role into a lot of situations. You know, of one female scorned and retaliation. You know,
Yeah.
because like I can't be with you, or you don't want to be with me, so you're not gonna get to see your kid. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna make it hard. I'm gonna make you pay. I'm gonna make you do this, that, and the third, and still, it's not.
And oh my God! And one comment, I'm so sorry. One comment that really burns me up is when women say, when kids do, when it's a like a fresh breakup and the children are small and things like that. You have them women that be like, "Don't worry about your daddy. Don't ask about your daddy. I'm your daddy."
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm your daddy. I'm your mama and your daddy. Like,
right.
no,
Your
baby
daddy
girl.
is done. He's dead from here on out. Like
you don't do that. Yeah.
Other people
Yeah.
do it.
I can't stand people
right.
do that.
I don't agree with that.
So that's what I mean. I mean, it's a loaded topic. It's so many things that we could talk to about this. Just watching just the women talking about the men, claiming to be men, wanting to act like men, and it's just too much. At one point, in order, whether you want to accept it or not, the man is the head. The man is the leader. The man has the household, and you're supposed to follow a man, and he's supposed to lead your household with God first, though.
Right.
Let's make that plain.
Right. It can't just be some around about. Let me aimlessly go try to figure this thing out. No, you have to be strong in it and right God first, and you know what I'm saying. It has to be done the right way. So yeah.
Right, because if you're under a man that's following God, that's the right order anyway. He gonna protect you. He gonna take care of you, and then
But
he
do
making.
you feel like that if it's your union with your husband and your kids, or do you feel like that if it's your new husband with you still feel like that if it's the stepdad and the kids?
I feel like it's both.
Okay,
Because I feel
some
like-
people feel like it has to be the union, like from you put the kids before their father. The father before the kids when they're married. Am I making sense?
So you're saying like if I'm married, but he's not the dad of my kids, and then the real dad is in their life, I'm supposed to put their real dad in front of my husband?
No. What I'm saying is, if you're married as a couple, you, your husband, and your kids, people believe that's the way you're supposed to go. God first, your husband, and then your kids.
Right.
Now, do you feel the same way if it's your new husband that's not the father of your kids? It's you, your new husband, and now he's a stepfather to your kids.
Absolutely.
Do you still feel the same way?
Absolutely,
Okay,
because
'cause I
at the
just
end of the
wanna know.
day, you know how we are with our kids anyway. We're not bringing no man around our lives that's not going to overly respect and overly adopt our kids as their own.
Exactly.
So if I'm asking you to lead any man that I bring into my life that I'm asking to lead my head and my family, he's going to have to be led by God, by the Most High, period, point blank. He's going to have to adopt those rituals. And then once he does that, I'll know that he is a good fit and he can lead not only me, but my children, my whole family.
Yeah.
Period, point blank. I definitely agree.
Agreed.
What about you, Becky? How you feel about it?
No, I agree too.
And another thing,
Definitely,
women, stop calling. So when I talk about men can't wear pants, it goes into not just playing the position, it goes to the disrespecting too. Stop being in public and humiliating your men in public. Stop posting that. Stop being that loud. Calling him a punk, like
You
calling
shouldn't
him
do
a
that behind
punk.
closed doors either.
Right, but what I'm saying is,
I'm
I'm gonna say, and this is an example that I'm making. Like at the end of the day, the man is supposed to lead. If you chose this man to be in your life, he is the leader. He is the head. He's gonna honor and respect your opinion and your input. But at the end of the day, I hate to say it, under a God's household, you guys decide who the final decision is, and it usually comes from a man, especially in public. So if there's a decision made that you don't like, instead of clowning and disrespecting your man in public, or even if you don't like the way he handled you, wait till you guys get behind closed doors and check that and make sure it don't happen again. And if it happens again, what can you do? You can choose to lead. You don't have to emasculate your man in public or anything like that when he's making decisions in a public forum. Don't do that. Wait. Stand by your man. Like, let's show this community, let's show society that we do have strong families, that we do follow the order of God, man, wife, and children, and that we can live by that respectfully that we do not think they're men. We do not get a kick out of running households without a man unless we absolutely have to, and there's circumstances where you do have to step up.
Like, that's just something, oh yeah, I
Right.
should be excited for that, and we over here
Right.
celebrating the whole situation. Like,
INDEP.
Yeah, like what, girl?
We're not gonna celebrate that and embrace
Don't
that
celebrate
mindset.
broken homes. Like
Right.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't even agree with celebrating divorces. I hate
The
divorce parties.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because regardless
That's
of whether
crazy.
you got
That is
out of a
crazy.
toxic relationship or not, guess what? You still broke up a household, broke up a family, and now you got broken children that you gotta
Well, what
try to
about
help
if it
fix.
was broken in the first place? Because I was gonna bring that up. A lot of times people do get in, situations that they should not even get into, or it's just for all the wrong reasons. You can see it from a mile away. You get
And
what
they
I'm
still
saying?
get married
And
anyway. They
still do
married
that,
when it
and
was
you-
already broken.
Right, it was already, and you could see the crash coming, and you just like, well, let me just watch this unfold. Like, you don't want to watch it unfold,
But you already
Yeah,
know,
yeah, you
like
already know
you were like,
that.
give me the popcorn. We already know this ain't
you know what
coming.
I'm saying? You're like, hold on, let me go get my Coca-Cola and get my other little products.
And I think that's sad because in the end, I do feel like we need to always think positive. And even if a situation starts off toxic, because I'm not gonna lie, my relationship with my husband started off toxic. It ended good, but we started off toxic because we both were living lifestyles that wasn't the way that we're supposed to be living.
Toxic, cause start out
That's
toxic.
enough.
Obviously, you guys had corrected
We
your
fixed it.
behaviors. You
Yeah.
saw where the error was, and you guys acted accordingly. Now, I'm saying for those who don't, they continue that cycle.
And that's not easily done.
And exactly. That's a rare
wasn't-
situation. That's not.
It
like,
wasn't
super
easy. Lord,
common.
Lord.
So
It
I'm
was
saying,
not easy.
what about for those that continue that cycle? That's the, you know what I'm saying? That's the part where you just like, damn.
And that's when you go into generational curses, and we have to get the woman back to the traditional woman. And stop thinking that the traditional woman
So
is
it's a
barefoot
mindset,
and pregnant.
yeah.
Like, let's be
That's
real.
not
The
right.
traditional woman is actually looked at as the foundation, as the holder of together of the home. They're looked at as the strongest dynamic of the black family. But we let society and these European ways and all this other shit influence and break up the dynamics of our traditional family to where you're weak if you have a husband. You're weak if you have a productive family. You're weak if you respect your man and allow him to speak and allow him to lead. And that's the opposite.
Like, you're
What
weak
about
if you're
the-
not hostile and confrontational and all
I knew I said something that hit her. What?
No, I'm saying because you're so traditional. So how do you? I mean, you said that it's okay for the man to be at home and they can go out to work, but traditional was vice versa. So how do you?
So the
feel about
reason
that?
why I feel like that's still okay is because in this day and age, we are going against society. We are going against a whole systematic racism that is designed to destroy our men, destroy our families, and not let them be the provider that they're capable of being. We're paying them less. We're not even giving them the interviews. There's several employers that look at their name and be like, oh, Darnell, oh no, boo, don't even give them that opportunity. So in this day and age, that's still a part of our traditional family, because traditionally women did help, and women did help finances and help bring money into the home by picking up jobs like being nannies and cleaning homes and selling, cooking and selling things. So they did have to do that even back in those days, because when the man gets dropped off, the woman picks up, and we don't make him feel bad for it.
Good. I like that answer.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in this day and
I'm
age,
not
we
even
kind of
disagreeing
have
with
to.
you.
I know, we all on the same. I'm so reckless in agreement. So that was all I had. I think that's loaded. I definitely, again, like we always say, we want you guys' feedback. We want to know what you guys think. We want your opinions, and we will post them. We will post them, and we will engage. If you guys want to go live with us on Instagram or any other platform, we will engage you, because we definitely know that our opinions are ours and may not be that of the masses, and we all can learn from each other. And we got to break away from that stigma too, that we know everything. We can all, I learned from her, I learned from her.
Course.
We all learn from each other, and we definitely can learn from our black men
Yeah,
just by listening to them.
I don't
Just
think
by
by no
listening
means
to
that I
them,
know
building them
everything.
up.
I can learn a whole hell of a lot.
Right. And that's the mindset that we have to keep. Like, we have to stop. We can't trust a system that the white man designed to break our families up, to lead us and support us. We can't do that. We got to break away from that. Y'all know I take it real far. I'm ready to do the Black Wall Street. I want my own black towns and cities and everything. I want segregation. This is a whole nother topic. That's a future topic of mine. But I believe in segregation if we can't be integrated correctly. So You know, in order for for that to be successful, we have to build our black men up, and we can't be men because we have to take care of the household, the crops, and things like that. You can still work, be educated, go to school, because you got to remember, women also taught.
Right.
We were teachers, we were nurses, we were
doctors. I mean, we're midwives.
We were.
Right.
And remember, women,
Right, yeah,
remember,
definitely. Yes.
right? And remember, women, our job is the problem with us trying to be men is that takes away from the jobs that we were designed to do. That gave us long life, longevity, and had us not stressed and depressed and living good, healthy, promising lives, as well as being there for our children. They kept us close to the home. Teaching, nursing, midwives, chefs, nannies, housekeepers,
stuff like that, counselors.
And these are more important. Like we're all we have our equal parts, but just know our part as being the true woman that we were designed to be, that people attacked us for being Europeans, attacked us for being, is the true woman that we need to be to build these families stronger and to build these men and allow these men to take their positions. I urge every man to take your position. And if you got a woman that's trying to wear the pants, run. I give you permission. Get the hell up out of there. Get up out of there.
Run real fast.
So those were my points. I'm pretty sure I'll think of stuff to say later, but I'll say it on a live or something. Y'all know how I roll. Like, before I go.
There she goes.
I'm sorry. I got one more thing. I got a few more minutes before I go. Women, stop spending. Okay, let me say this disclaimer. I do not support illegal activities or illegal forms or hustles that are used to provide for a household or family. With that being said, and I hope you heard me because I said it low on purpose because that's how they do disclaimers. Don't be supporting your hustling man. Why spending all his money from the hustle, going shopping, taking the trips and all that. Then as soon as he get caught up, your ass start dealing with his homeboy, telling him he ain't shit, telling him he can't no longer do nothing for you. But you spend that money.
You had no problem going on them shopping sprees, though, did you?
Man.
Taking your bestie and everything.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. Don't do that, because that'll, hold on, my throat. Like, y'all ain't got my throat dry on that one.
That's real though, sis. That's so real.
Get out. Sleeping with their friend. You done call him up because he got the money now.
And spent all the money while he was locked up.
Spend the money. He come out to nothing.
Right. He wanted to put no money
he
on
got
the
a whole bank account.
He put a baby bit on the books.
Man, ain't wrote a letter. Ain't put a 50-cent stamp on it. Ain't put $10 on the phone. Ain't did none of that.
Man.
And then when he get out, you don't support him either. You tell him he ain't shit. He ain't got no money. He ain't the man no more. Stop doing that. Okay. I'm gonna leave y'all with that.
So, ladies, let's build our black men up.
Please.
You got anything in closing?
Yeah, let's definitely build our black men up, support each other, and breathe life and positivity into your kids. Stop being so negative and just on a rampage about the baby daddies, like around the kids, and let's keep it positive and keep it healthy.
So with that being said, do you have anything?
No, I'm done. Like I said, build the black men up. Let's support our black men.
So with that being said, black men, we love you. We respect you. We want you to be great. We want you to take your position and head our community so we can relax and do what we got to do. And we will let you do it.
We want you to lead.
Keep an open mind and come into this dynamic positive. I know you've been beat up, but don't bring the negativity to us either.
Right.
We love you. We respect you. We want to see you grow. And we want your comments. We want your blessings. We want your feedback. On that note, thank you so much for your support, for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, to mention, follow, DM,
support, cash out.
If you want to cash out, if you want to be on a show, you want to be on a show or you want to hit a topic, hit us up. Let us know. We'll get you out there. But if that's all we got, we will see you next time on Mouth So Reckless, Mouth So Reckless, Mouth So Reckless. Hey. Right on time. This plastic got me hot. This little cover right here, Lord. I came with Becky.